Over here in the bottom left starting location, he has to win this game and the next. He is
Azubu Symbol.
Okay, now symbol support in the audience.
A fickle audience. Always cheering for the underdog.
Whoever's losing in the upper right, we have our Terran player. He is
Samsung-kan Reality.
Good audience today, I have to say. And cheers to anyone in the audience listening to us. If you want to come down to GOMTV and watch the GSL, watch some WCS Korea. We got all the players here as well as ourselves. You get those headsets like that guy has.
Some symbol support here from the Netherlands. Thank you for coming down.
Yeah.
So yeah, as we were saying, if you want to come down to the GOM studio, entry's $50. Leave it on our desk.
Yes.
And yeah, make yourselves at home.
Exactly. We'll be collecting later for you guys in the audience.
So we're going to go ahead and get the hatch here. They're in cross spots. This makes it pretty easy for Zerg to counterattack. Especially this map's just huge.
Yeah, it's
anybody who's played Starcraft 2 knows. Yeah, it should be a long game. You know, Terrans have been getting better and better on this map.
Yeah, you know what, Terrans, I think that Terrans do okay here now. It used to be pretty much impossible back in the day, but now with the Widow Mines, they're so mobile. Players have gotten so much better with those Widow Mines. I think it's like actually a very good map for TVZ overall now.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, whenever you get an RTS game, there are certain maps that you start out with that, because the game itself hasn't quite been mapped out perfectly, the map itself is not really going to produce good games.
Which is a lot of maps we had in the beginning of StarCraft 1.
Yeah. They need to bring back Steps of War.
They need a Desert Oasis. You remember that map? Try to take your natural there. LOLOLOL.
Well, that map was like antithetical to everything about like a proper RTS map.
Yeah, that truly was tasteless. That was.
I remember when I was a young nerdling. This is like middle school.
Yeah.
And we finally got the second computer in my house, so my brother and me didn't have to battle over, you know, who got to play.
Yeah,
that's just like that's actually like specifically I think for our generation when computers were more expensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have like you had two brothers.
Yeah, it was
right?
It was rough. It was tough times.
But I remember I picked a map with Sean, and I'm like, yeah, you know, let's try this random map, and it was like a map that was so stupid that I was on an island and he was not.
Oh my god!
Do you know how upset I was?
Oh my god!
And I'm like, nope, because you know at the time I'm like, no, I would not look at the map. Let's just pick a map. We just got our computers connected, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's an island map. Right? I didn't know that. But that's fine. Sean doesn't know either. Sean's got like 3 bases and stuff, and I'm like making drop ships. I'm like, oh, you're kidding me?
Yeah, that's funny.
Now, of course. All maps are basically symmetrical or rotationally symmetrical.
A real quick story before we talk about the Speedling upgrade.
Go ahead.
In StarCraft 1, I played this tournament. There was a map that I didn't know, and it was the first time I played Liquid Sheth in a tournament in StarCraft 1, and I actually was completely sure he was dead the whole time. I had like Mass Goliath and Mass Vessel. I was just waiting for him to leave. I was just like dropping bases, but there were like 2 bases I didn't know existed because it was an island map. And he had them like the whole game. Like they were just in weird spots that I just never scouted.
There were more island
maps. I was so angry.
That
tournament was for a computer, tasteless.
Oh my god,
that was
really
like the round of 4 or something.
That's really sad. I'm so sorry. There were I think island maps. Excuse me, I shouldn't say island maps. But maps with islands, even like land maps. You start out, but there were a few islands on them. Played more of a role in StarCraft 1.
Yeah. Well, I hope that we have some maps like that in this season, or at least one map like that.
I think we're going to see it more and more. I wouldn't mind just seeing what happens if we had an island map, but pure island maps can be pretty touchy when it comes to RTS games because, I mean, you already... from a game designer, from a game designer standpoint, you're trying to balance the game just so it's on a land map. When you introduce an island map, then it's like, well...
I think just having maybe a couple island expands on the map is going to be cool, and we have a map like that, so we'll see how that goes. By the way, I really like what Symbol's doing this game, Tasteless. He got the really quick speed. I think he's realized that, well, this is cross spots, and you know, if I get a quick speed and start pushing that creep out, I'm probably just not going to die early on. And on top of that, he actually got Overlord speed as well, which I think is very important against Reality, because Reality is a player that has a big range of play. Like, he will go for a 2-base Hellbat Marauder all-in. He'll go really quick 3 command centers off of Hellions and all that stuff. So with this quick speed upgrade on the Zerglings, as well as the quick Overlord speed, Symbol is accounting for anything Reality can do. And the way that he can get away with that is that it is these cross spots. So he can play a little bit less green and a little bit more safe and probably be fine going later into the game.
Yeah, I think it's a great approach here from Symbol. And this Overlord is actually going to be able to escape now.
Yep.
So nice free scout there.
He's a fast guy.
He's a speedy little Overlord.
And look at this.
What is actually the you know, we always call it Overlord speed. What is the actual name of the...
Pneumatized Carapace.
Pneumatized Carapace.
Yeah, and in fact, there's going to be a new patch coming out where the Overseers get a better upgrade than they already do from that. So that they can actually really keep up with seeing where Widowmines are. It's going to be cool to see.
Oh, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah. Now, I love little changes like that. But in this game, Tasteless, this is going quite well. If we look at the upgrades, they're basically even.
Yep.
The 3rd base just landed for Reality.
Everybody's investing into the late game here.
We even have Burrow coming up for Symbol, so this is getting more and more and more popular. We always knew from day one that Burrow would play a big place with Zerg in StarCraft 2 because of the Baneling.
It's funny because right when the game came out, we didn't see it as much.
No,
but now it's just like a standard upgrade you got to get, and there's so many things you can do with it that allow you to control and dictate how the Terran is allowed to behave on the map.
Certainly, the scouting potential, the counterattacks where you burrow Banelings in the path that they have to come back on. There's so much. Just the random Baneling landmines. It's a great upgrade, and I'm glad that we're seeing a lot more recently. So,
all right. So the Armory now on the way. By the way, Reality's build is like completely synced up perfectly. Everything is so streamlined right now for him.
He's quite strong when he gets his macro going as well. He's very good at multitasking. We will see him start doing a lot of drops if there's not a ton of mutas coming out. But Symbol's getting a pretty quick Spire.
These are actually 2 great players to go into late game with.
Yeah.
It's going to be a sick fight. And there is that Spire now on the way.
And you know what?
Again, both players powering really hard here.
We have Reality starting to move out a little bit more now, but his combat shields isn't quite done. The upgrades are tied. Baneling speed almost done, and that Spire is going to finish before any real damage happens. So I could see this game going like really long unless someone makes a big misstep and the splash damage just kills one of the players. Like huge Widowmine shot or huge Baneling connection. If that doesn't occur, though, this game is really looking like it's going to be a very good and long one.
All right, so he's managed to secure the Xel'Naga Watchtower. I don't know if... Oh, whoa! What? Was that a landmine or...
I don't think so.
You disconnected right there?
Yeah,
okay.
I think
we got the tail end of that shot.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's scanning here and continuing to push forward.
Really nice scans, taking out a ton of creep turns. But look at this, a lot of units coming in right now from Symbol. He's got to be careful because there are some Widowmines in here. But it looks like he will clean this up without too much trouble.
Yeah, really nicely done there by Symbol, forcing Reality back into his base, where he's going to have to keep massing up. Right now, Symbol's at that point in time where he is going to get maxed out very shortly here.
And he's making 10 mutas, so he's going to be able to keep up with drop harassment, most likely. His creep spread's looking good, and he has 4 bases on Mutiling Bane against a 3-base Terran. So this is like the classic fight of Terran versus Zerg right now. The 3-base Marine, Marauder, Medevac, Widowmine against the 4-base Mutiling Bane. And
by the way, a 5th base is not going to be hard for Zerg to get here.
Yeah, and that's going to...
It's all going to be about to get for Zerg at this throughout this matchup here if they're in this position. And oh my God.
Can you defend these bases, though? This is what Reality's going to be going after. He's going to have to try to kill the 4th.
No!
Oh, that would be so big.
Oh, whoa.
It was not that effective.
Star Sense.
Yeah, now he knows what's going on.
Yeah.
He's like, why are you trying to bait me right now? It's as a pro gamer, it is pretty obvious what's going on sometimes.
All right, nice gutting down of those mutas. Actually, that was way too many muta losses there for Symbol.
Yeah, that is definitely a bit of a mistake there.
All right, the Lings and the Banelings are coming up here now.
Actually, that match already occurred this morning. I've been so jet lagged I haven't turned on StarCraft in like 3 days. So
I was up playing Hearthstone all night last night.
But yeah, it looks like the Overseer, you can see he's moving a lot faster than what we're used to.
We got a drop right over here. And cleaning up a good amount inside the main. He's getting
a little bit sloppy.
Pretty thin here, actually. And this angle is going to be great for these Marines. In fact, he might end up taking out some of these drones.
Yeah, he took out a Queen, some mutas, the drones.
You know, on paper, Symbol should be in much better shape, but the result here with execution is actually that reality. Oh my God, the Widow Mines.
He really wants to kill those Widow Mines right now. They have low targeting priority, though, so it's hard to actually kill them off with Zerglings. And he's actually losing quite a bit here.
That might...
Okay,
he barely got that, man.
And, well, he's going to get away with that, at least some of this. But you know what? This has been kind of sloppy by Symbol. He lost a lot of mutas in the main. He lost a lot defending that drop. He's got to be more careful with this. But he still has that better economy, which is what's really, really important here. You can see that reflected in the fact that he has a higher supply.
Yeah. Terran going to continue to try to push down here. There is creep, by the way, in the most natural location for Reality to take his 4th base. Again, another engagement coming up here, and now chasing back these mutas. Really nice control here by both parties.
Truly, and you can see that Overseer actually really helping out with the speed, not losing it as he retreats with the muta ball. Also, well, you know, we have 3-3 on the way for Reality, so hold on, though. We actually have a big engagement here. Symbol rolling forward.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Oh, that was a huge mine hit right there. Look at those mutas going down so quickly. They're so low on health.
Supply's dead even right now, but the mutas are going to be chased back out here. All of them in the orange, in fact.
Yeah, he lost
as Reality is continuing to just parade push through here. And now it shouldn't be too hard for Symbol to get enough lings and then drive this next attack back here.
Yeah, he's making quite a few Banes right now, and he does have some Larva left over as well, but he has a rather large bank right now for how little his supply is.
Another nice drop over here. And it looks like he's going to try to bum rush the bottom center base. It does not appear to be well defended. Mutas and Lings both not in position here. A nice stim and a run-in could just shoot this down before the Lings and Banelings could get there in time.
He's trying to kill this 5th base right now. He does have some Widow Mines, but that one goes off on an Overlord, so we do have Symbol coming in. Now, the 5th did fall, but this army will as well.
Nice here with the mutas. He immediately targets down the medevacs, realizing that they're going to be the ones that are probably going to retreat, and the most impactful out of that little fight, since the Lings can take care of the rest. You know, now it's 4 base still against 3 bases. He is going to move that command center that's building in the upper right, in the sensor tower region, over to that location, and that's when Zerg is going to have to get a 5th and secure it.
That's very true, but he's kept this 3rd a long time, which would give Symbol a decent lead, but Reality's supply is still very high, and 3-3 just this moment finished. And when you have 3-3 playing against 2-2, it's a big, big difference. The Marines are going to just chew through the mutas, the Lings, the Banes, everything.
It looks like those mutas are still hitting the 3rd base right now, and only just now driven out. Meanwhile, we have the Marauders up here in the front with the Marines trying to just bait out these Baneling hits. The mutas are now going to have to go back home. There are some well-placed Widow Mines, though.
Well, we have right now these... He's been kind of hemorrhaging mutas all game, Tasteless, which is kind of... It's a stressful thing for a Zerg player. He's lost quite a few mutas so far.
Yeah, he should actually have just way more in general, but...
he could realistically have 40 mutas right now.
He's not like retreating when he's supposed to, and then... I don't know, it's been unfortunate. Terran is really pressing hard right now in Symbol's 4th here. There is a 5th that looks like it's on the way, and Terran has not got wind of that yet.
And let's not forget there's no infestation pit yet, so Symbol is still sitting on this very layer-oriented army. And the thing is, if his Mutalisk count was up at 40 right now, then it wouldn't be such a big deal. But since it's only at 20, I'm feeling really scared for him. Tied on bases and all.
Okay, now the Mutas are not going to be in a position here to defend this base. Now,
counterattack going down.
It looks like he just barely gets rid of those turrets in time, so the planetary can be taken up by the Mutas. The Lings don't have to try to attack into that. Excuse me, he actually canceled the planetary and is now sending that back over here.
So a little bit of a base trade going on, but now we're kind of at 3 mining base versus 3 mining base, which still is better for Reality. Now Symbol trying to hit this front here. Not a lot of units left over. Where are the Widow Mines? And look at that. Beautiful. Just like we were talking about with that burrow upgrade.
Oh my God!
And he's waiting for more Marines. Oh!
That was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, that was very well done.
Really patient move there by Symbol, not pulling the trigger too fast. But it looks like Reality has held this. The Mutas will eventually have to retreat from the main. This is the worst place to drop in the world. Yeah. And,
yes, it is. That's a pretty bad place to drop.
I think that's...
Maybe if there was lava, that'd be a bit worse.
If there was lava there. Lava with sharks in it, man.
Yeah, that's about it.
Lava sharks.
Yeah, they don't die to kill you like banelings.
No, man. Their armor is good against that. So, anyways, like, Symbol's taking a lot of severe blows right now, but he does have a lot of money in the bank. Oh, this would be very unfortunate.
And he has a big amount of supply as well. Now, he's going to lose a couple mutas there, but those Widow Mines are like waiting to get lucky, I think. They're like, all right, maybe something will fly over here that shouldn't.
He might want to use them to defend here because this is a pretty sizable attack right now here from Symbol.
And here we go. A lot of banelings rolling in. The Marauders staying in front. Really nice micro here by Reality, but Symbol just has so much rolling forward.
You know what? I think he just barely has enough to win this fight with the mutas, and
Plus 2 mutas, pretty good. Starting to target down these Widow Mines as well. The medevac count being shored up a bit also. And he just continues to deal a lot of damage to Reality.
This is a cliffhanger here for Reality. He is in almost to that point of no return where the mutas are there's just too many. And, you know, if he gets on top of where the production facilities for Terran are, that should be checkmate.
Well, we'll see if he can actually push out. He is mining from that additional base now as he floated his main command center down. So kind of back on 4 bases. If he can hold on and get his supply back up, he still has a chance.
Well, the 3rd base, by the way, is almost completely dried up, and this is just going to be a slaughterhouse here with these banelings just obliterating these SCVs.
Yeah, huge attack there.
I think Symbol's won.
You know, I think you're pretty much right, but it's kind of funny. We actually had the Widow Mines replant themselves.
And do we have any Widow? Can you check on the preview PC? Do we have any Widow Mines in the bottom center? He can mine from there, right?
Like, oh yeah, he's fine there.
He's totally fine.
The thing is, he sent his drones through the Widow Mines to get them there, so he doesn't have a lot there.
So what's the drone count then? What do we got?
Let's see. Right now we only have 40 drones.
40 drones,
but there's 21 SCVs. So
21 SCVs. So the problem is, I think the army for Symbol is actually strong enough that Terran is rendered impotent here. He can't really do anything with the army that he has. It looks like he's going to try anyways. Now let's see if with perfect Marine Micro he can do something.
Well, you know, a couple of lucky Widow Mine hits, some good Marine Micro, as you say. Maybe he can, because Symbol's not mining much. Well, he's basically at 1 mining base.
Baneling landmines would be perfect here because he's so low on minerals. He's probably only landing mules. He would not.
That's a very.
He
good
would
point.
Not actually.
Yeah.
Well,
he wants every mule going into those mineral patches.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's going to draw those units back and run. Oh, God. That Widow Mine could get a good hit. Very good hit by it, but the Baneling's still rolling in right now. The Muta's coming in from behind, actually fighting the Marines.
Okay, but there's a few more Widow Mines coming down here now, and the Marines just barely come up here in time.
And he does kill off that missile turret, so he can continue his harassment here for sure. There's not enough Marines to defend every location.
And, you know, he's just barely holding the Mutas.
Yeah.
Like, this is such a tightrope walk here.
It certainly is. This is really coming down to how well can Reality defend against these mutas, and how well can Symbol attack with these mutas without losing too many.
Yeah, you know, if he loses this muta clump, then Terran can pick up in medevacs and just go end this game.
You know what? He just
at the
killed
bottom, and I thought it was definitely in Symbol's favor. Yeah, I thought he was the favorite here. Excuse me, based off the circumstances, but Reality has just barely hung on for long enough.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job of staying cost efficient here. He's picked off a lot of overseers, trying to get those mines to be more efficient. That's the really big part of his army, is he has 7 mines, and that can just do wonders against Zerg. And right now with 20 mutas out, if they clump up and 2 good mine shots go off, the game is going to go to Reality.
Yep. Now he's going to try to come in here. Okay, again, a Baneling landmine might not be in the path that... Oh my god, this mine! Oh! Okay, that's
nice
one.
Hit. Yeah, those are very hurt mutas at the moment.
He's going to try to draw them back over here towards this Widow Mine. Oh, God!
All right, not as good as it could have been, or as bad as it could have been, from your point of view.
Yeah.
But
the muta glass is half empty.
Yeah.
If you're
the muta hit points are half full or half empty.
Yes, thank you. That was much better. Okay, well, right now, Symbol's booby trapped the map here.
Yeah.
To try to have Reality just go a little bit too far.
Well, he's sending his Widowmine Marine Army down towards that last mining base. Now, if he can break that, it's going to be over. That's all that we really have for Symbol, and he actually scans that Baneling landmine. That's painful.
Yeah, that was something that could have been a game changer.
Yeah, now
he's getting a nice spread here.
I don't know if Symbol's going to break
the fact that they're headed southbound means they can end up going through all these Widow mines. Oh!
Well.
Wow, that would have been crazy if that hit the Banelings.
Yeah. This base is actually going to go down. He's actually giving it up.
Look at reality. This guy is really impressive.
Yeah, he's a super good Terran, man. Like, really, really strong. We're going to have a counterattack by Symbol. I don't think it's going to work.
Ooh, this is just enough that I don't think... Yeah, I don't think Symbol's going to be able to do anything.
If he flew back...
He can actually just go back to his base and just wait for the circuit to expand again, and then just go kill that expansion.
I think Symbol's idea here is okay. Like I think he's trying to cut off reinforcements and maybe somehow kill the army, but I just don't see how the army gets killed. The army itself is just too strong. And look, he's really being careful how he spreads his Banelings and everything.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a Symbol long distance mining.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's ugly. You might want to cover your eyes. And he's actually decided, he says, okay, you're going to long distance mine here. I am just going to isolate this location. Yeah, you can guard that, and I'm going to continue to mass up. Symbol says, well, I'm going to go ahead and counterattack.
But the supply differential is getting so big in reality's favor, and when you get these small armies, Terran really is good.
Look at the upper right side of the screen, guys. Look at the minerals going up, or not going up, I guess you could say, for Symbol. I mean, every 2 or 3 seconds he gets like 5 minerals. Like, this is just not...
Yeah, income is like 8 times almost more for reality.
Yeah, so it's... I think even if Symbol didn't make a single mistake, he would still... Is he going to get that? No. Even if Symbol didn't make a single mistake... Oh, ouch! And he did make a single mistake again here. He would probably still lose.
Yeah, there's just... Reality continues to add to his Marine count. There's no mining going on for Symbol. He's going to go for this counterattack. Basically, everything he's relying on here is some Baneling landmines that go off perfectly. And you know what? He's going to supply cap him so viciously. This is going to be a gigantic supply cap. So Reality's going to be at 134 supply probably for the rest of the game.
Yeah, he's got some Marines coming up here. You got to be careful that when you're engaging those Marines, you see them in the corner of the Mutavision, and sometimes you can make the wrong estimation of how much is actually there and just lose too much.
Oh! Wait, no, that hit. Ooh, that's a big mine hit right there, Tasteless.
Yeah, there's more Widow mines coming up here.
Yeah.
This expansion is impregnable.
It is completely impregnable.
That's right.
Attack of the drones.
Attack of the drones, the revenge of the drones. Game 1.
Well, you know, Symbol's looking pretty dead, Tasteless. We'll see if he can get these Baneling landmine hits that he's really looking for. I'm not so sure.
Well,
the amount of cost efficiency he has to have is like pretty
Symbol's really hanging on here, even more so than the previous game. But this is...
Well, I think he's probably frustrated with this game as well, because this is a game that he was, I would say he was leading in for a decent chunk of it, but he got pretty wasteful with his mutas. I think he felt like he was in a spot where it was okay.
Yeah, there were lots of periods where he got like a fourth of his muta army just shaved right off.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. You have to retain your mutas. Your mutas, when you stay on this style, are your long-term units. And if you stay on short-term units, your opponent's going to eventually beat you.
Oh my god.
That's a good Baneling hit right there. Ooh.
Is this expansion exposed enough? 65 supply, by the way, to 122.
Look how many Baneling landmines he's leaving.
Yeah, this is pretty scary.
These Marines need to start walking
All right, he's going to end up taking out these Queens. Got out of position here.
Well, Queens with a +0 attack. I guess they weren't going to do too much, except for chain spears.
Guess who wins that fight? So... It looks like very slowly and steadily Reality's just going to edge his way back to his base, secure that. He is floating a command center, by the way, at the bottom right side of the mini-map. Looks like that's going to try to land in one of those other locations. He's going to go for a hidden base. That has been spotted, however, by a...
I think we're going to have
a problem here because Artos has just got the blue screen of death.
Yeah, blue screen of death.
On his PC.
What the?
So...
That was out of nowhere.
Well, anyways... This game, I really do not see Symbol winning.
No, certainly not. They're both like, oh.
This is all Artos' fault.
I'm like, I don't know, man. Blue screen of death.
Yeah, literally the blue screen of death, that one where it's like... Yep. So I guess we'll get that. If we can.
Remake the game. I gotta be in there to
reload from replay. Symbol is having a hard time today.
Well, you know what? Reality is like way underrated by everyone. I think he truly is a super strong Terran player.
He really is. Well, yeah, I think unless a miracle occurs. All right, we're back in this game.
Well, here we go.
Here we go. Well, Symbol, again, playing really impressively despite his situation in hand here. And the bottom right command center.
Pretty decent right there. But the thing is, Symbol has to be even more cost efficient than that. He's at 56 supply with very little income.
Now,
he has 7 drones, 7 SCVs.
Yeah. Yeah. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
And he's actually, you know what? Every time he forces a stim and stuff, that's a small victory unless he loses a mute like we just saw right there.
Yeah, that's very true, actually. Those medevacs don't have infinite energy. He might end up boxing in the mutas here. They might just get zoned into this corner. I think they're going to get...
They might actually, yeah.
Yeah, I think the mutas might not be able to get out of here.
That's definitely a mistake there by Symbol. And ooh, that's the part where the rally's like, okay, scrub, get out of here.
Yeah.
This is 47 spy 116.
That feels pretty good when you're tearing and pull off that move right there.
Well, let's see here. This is 13 mutas, 22 banes against
things are starting to slow down a little bit here.
They are because, well, Symbol knows that the economy of reality can only last so long. So if he gets a few big ones like this,
this is money.
Nice. That was pretty darn good. But the thing is, he needs like 2 more just like that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with 12 banes, like you got to be pretty lucky to get 2 more just like that.
Okay, here's one more baneling here.
Unfortunately, one baneling doesn't do enough damage.
Yep. Scan. And you would see Reality's very cautiously moving through here.
Yeah.
Just checking. Is there anything else that he has?
That could be a good one. Oh, no. He went too far up. And, well...
That's going to be, I believe,
eventually,
GG,
Symbol does have to GG. I guess he could let him kill all his buildings, but that's kind of bad manner.
Yep, he's slowly just taking his opponent out. There is a third base for Reality operational. A Symbol trying to sneak a 4th base in the upper left. Symbol dropping creep over there. Not a lot, really happening here. Again, not in a good position there with that baneling landmine.
Yeah, not quite placed right, which is too bad, because that could have been a situation where he kills a lot of Marines. But as we see, the Marines continue to pile out.
And
mineral income 120.
I really like the fact that Reality's being really cautious about this.
Yeah. Well, he should be.
Because if he steps on too many lanes, he's basically scanning every step he takes.
Yeah, he's basically not mining you as well. You know what I would love is if you could just load. Does he not know? He has no idea about that.
I don't think he knows about that. Because I think if anybody else would have detonated there.
I guess he wasn't looking. Maybe he wants a slightly better hit. You know what?
To get him on the way out, he can reposition him. Yeah, now you could booby trap this.
Wouldn't it be cool
on the way back
if Spinecrawler could load into an Overlord so that this could just have
this could just go on forever?
Yeah.
He's got Spinecrawlers, and in fact, it'd be cool if when they pick up the Spinecrawler, it's like when Medevac picks up a Thor, the Thor goes into fetal position.
Oh yeah, so you can see which one it's in.
Yeah,
that would make it better, wouldn't it?
Okay, he's going back now.
Okay, will he walk over that?
This is gonna happen. Wait.
Oh my God, this could be a big one.
Oh, are you?
Oh wow!
What is he, Daredevil?
Oh my! He is Daredevil.
He's Daredevil.
Yes. That's exactly what I was thinking. He must be Daredevil, the only superhero that could have avoided that.
Yeah.
Except for Superman, because he has X-ray vision and is invincible.
Yeah. Worst superhero ever. Okay. Wait. This one. Good.
Oh, that's a nice one, but that's still a lot of Marines. But hold on if he's... Oh, boy.
Nope,
There's not a lot of buildings up there.
Okay. Did he?
That was all his buildings.
You know,
well, I guess that wasn't Bad Mare in this case because he kept fighting.
He was eliminated. Yeah.
Well, Reality wins the first set, and that was actually quite a nice one.
Yeah, Reality is going to be happy to have a break after that game. That was...
Symbol has to be a bit frustrated because if you look at the other players
actually really well in that last game, too. I mean, he was making Reality work for that win.
Symbol, like, always makes at least round of 8, but he has to face the loser of Trap versus Keen, which I think might be Trap, and I think Trap is one of the best PvZers in the world. Yeah,
I got to agree with that. He prepares well for matches, too.
I do like Symbol's ZVP more than his ZVT, but, you know, the sharpness of Trap cannot be overstated. He's like a diamond-edged blade. One atom thick.
Yeah. Well, Symbol still has a shot of getting out of this group. It's just going to be pretty tough. So after this little break, we're going to go on to our next match here. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.